I'm Abigail from Homesteading family. Wooden cutting boards have a lot of really important uses in the kitchen, and a lot of people really like using them. Not only are they prettier than the flimsy plastic ones, but they protect your knives, keeping them sharper. But probably most importantly, they've actually been proven to reduce bacteria, making them safer and protecting your family from foodborne illnesses. But here's the thing, if you don't take care of them the right way, they can get messed up really fast. So I'm going to teach you how we take care of our cutting boards to make them last longer and stay clean and in great shape. Plus, I've got a little treat for you. I'll be teaching you how to make a mineral oil-free wood conditioner that you can make at home. Let's get started. So we like to clean our dirty cutting boards in 5 easy steps. And step 1 being to wash the cutting board. The first thing you do when you're washing the cutting board is to rinse it off really well, just to get off the big chunks. What you want to do next is to clean it in warm water and dish soap. Make sure you don't use any abrasive scouring pads because that's too rough on the cutting boards. Also, you don't want to soak it or put it in the dishwasher because it will soak up water, expand, and crack. Step 2 is to sanitize your cutting board. You don't have to sanitize every time, but it is a really good idea if you've been doing a particularly gross job or you just want to do a deep clean. There are a few different ways to sanitize your cutting board. The first one being you could mix baking soda and lemon juice in a bowl to a paste consistency and then scrub it on your cutting board and then rinse it off. That's really good for getting rid of stains or bad smells. You could wipe down distilled white vinegar on your cutting board. That's great to kill the germs. Make sure you rinse it off afterwards though. You could also spray down your cutting board with 3% hydrogen peroxide, let it sit for a couple minutes and then rinse it off. Step 3 is to dry your cutting boards. When you dry them, you're just going to do a really good job with a dish towel or a paper towel. Make sure you get it as dry as you can because any moisture that you leave sitting there could turn into mold or bacteria. Step 4 is to store your cutting boards. As I said earlier, you want to make sure you store them nice and dry. Ideally, you want to store them upright, but you can stack them if you don't have enough space. That's great. Step 5 is to season your cutting board. It's recommended to season it every month, but because we use our cutting boards so much, we like to season them every week. It's also really important to think about the seasoning you are using. A lot of seasonings that you can buy have things like mineral oil in them, and mineral oil is made of petroleum, and that's not something you want going into your food. I'm going to show you this recipe for a cutting board conditioner that's got great ingredients, and it's going to help you and your family to be healthier too. Let's get started. To make this salve, here are the ingredients and supplies you'll need. You're going to want to have 70 grams of beeswax and 270 grams of high quality cooking oil. For the supplies, you're going to want a rubber spatula, a kitchen towel, a jar, and a double boiler. Because we do this so many times, we actually have a double boiler. But if you don't have one, a tin can and a pot of hot water works great. To make the conditioner, we're going to mix our beeswax and oil in the double boiler and let them melt together. While they're melting, I would like to say that you can use just about any high quality cooking oil, something like lard or tallow, both work great. We're using olive oil though, and because we're using a food oil, it means it can go rancid. So we like to make ours in small batches so that we use it up before that happens. It is shelf stable though for up to 3 months. For the beeswax, you want to make sure you buy it from the USA so that you can be sure that it's pure, and you also probably want to get it beaded because that will melt much faster. So now that the oil and the beeswax are melted together, we're going to pour them into our jar. Then we're just going to let this sit aside and cool until it's hardened, and then we'll be ready to use it. To apply the conditioner to your cutting boards, you want to get some on a rag or a paper towel and just rub it in really well. It might be sticky for the first couple moments, but that's okay because the cutting board will absorb it. If you're putting it on a cutting board that hasn't been seasoned before, you're going to want to put it on and let it sit for about 30 minutes and then come back and check it. If it's still really dry, then you want to put some more on, and that's okay because that just means your cutting board is thirsty. I guess that's it. Now you know how to care for your own cutting board. Check out this video here.